Yeah, that's right. I'm doing another tutorial right after the tutorial I already did right before this tutorial. Hmm. Okay, now where is it? Sword combo test. There we go. I'm glad I made the name obvious instead of looking around. So, yeah, you saw on that list there is no part of something six. I haven't started working on it yet, but some of the movie clips used in this little animation here will be used in uh some part of something part six. So this is a little animation. It's a little sword combo. It's not exactly fancy. Well, kinda, I guess. It's not super complicated, or at least not super long. It's only 68 frames, and it goes at 18 frames per second. So about three-ish, maybe 4 seconds. And yes, I am also uploading this separately as a video, so that way people don't have to listen to the tutorial itself. So basically, do wanted a sword tutorial or sword combo tutorial, and I was like, okay, how do I do this? Do I just make it solely just sword stuff or sword play, or do I just like add extra stuff? And I was like, sword play is cool, but adding other stuff is also really cool, and I like doing that more. So if I had to say anything, a sword is a heavy weapon. You know, it's kind of different from throwing your fists. And me, I like adding realism to some of my animations, or at least as real as they can get for stick figures, you know. But basically, I like to add weight to the blade. So let's start with the initial, like the actual start of the animation. So as you can see, it just kind of like pulls the blade towards him, and when it finally hits the blade here, instead of it immediately going for a slash, it kind of slows down because the weight of the blade still is there. It's not going to go anywhere. But the blade starts to get angled, and eventually that leads into a slash, you know, a very, very quick slash. And because he moved this distance, I had to put him in this pose because he's trying to make an immediate stop. When I say immediate, I mean a very fast stop. So this is as real as you can get when showing speed suddenly stopping. So his foot's down on the ground. It's in a angled position. You know, he's on his other heel trying to slow down, and because he's moving at this much speed, he's still going to glide a bit. But while he's gliding, I'm going to make him prepare the next strike, which is this little thing right here. This is a movie clip I made. If you guys want to learn how to make the spin clips, I'll do it. They're very fun to make, and they're very simple despite how they look, but they have a lot of utility with a lot of things. You can use this on the stick figure or on a weapon, a staff, a sword, it doesn't matter. Even an axe. And yes, I also have an animation for that, but I don't remember where I put it. I think I uploaded it, I don't know. But yeah, he gets ready, he starts the initial or the next attack, in this case, which is the spin, which is just me doing something fancy, and then eventually, boom, slash. There is no the load up is this actual spin. Ooh, snap. The load up is this spin right here. So that's pretty much the preparation for that piece of the attack, which leads into the attack. And yes, I just added more, you know, movie clips into it. And yes, these are two movie clips that you guys have not seen yet, or at least I don't think you've seen properly yet. No, I think I put some animations on it, but I don't know. But you get the point. Then there's the next slash, you know, and I don't make him do an immediate slash again. I make him kind of like feel the weight of the blade and then prepare for an next slash, you know, which takes like 4 frames. And then boom, another slash, you know. And then it's the same thing, rinse and repeat. You make him do another load up. You do something fancy for the load up, so that way it looks cooler. Boom, another attack. Same thing for this one though, you know. Hits, kind of lags, then he pulls out the blade, then the blade lingers for a bit, boom, another attack, you know. And this time, he goes in, glides a little bit, lags for like 4 frames, 4 or 5 frames, boom, another attack. Then he gets more lag frames for even the punch, you know, and that's how it goes. In each one of the lag frames or the frames that lead into another move, I either prepare another move as the last move is still dying out. you know, which makes the animations attacks a little smoother, but also fast at the same time. Although I'm not a pro at doing it, I'm doing it pretty good, and you can get just a baseline of where I'm going with this. You know, now usually I work at 12 frames per second. This one's 18 frames per second, but you want to make the lag time between each attack either consistent in number, or how to say, you want to make them make sense. So most of the lag time, or the frames that lead into another attack, are 4 to 5 frames. Now the reason I do that is because, well, it makes sense. Also, it's very easy to start putting them into, like, it's kind of easy to make them lead up to each other if you know how many frames you want the last move to die out in, or, you know, start up, you know, if I had to put in any words. So, like, literally you can just tell, like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. That's 5 frames, or at least 3 frames in between, and then 5 initial frames for attack. That's how it should be, and it's the same thing here. But for here, it's 6 frames, and then there's the attack, and then there's then there's 5 frames again. It kind of goes consistent, and if you want to make attacks faster, you close this window of attack in between frames. So while most of the attacks will have a lag frame in between, like, you know, consisting of 5 frames or 3 frames in between of lag time, to make it faster, you would make one of these frames, or this frame, like frame 38 and frame 40, both attack frames, while frame 39 and frame 41 are lag frames. So basically he would be attacking super fast if you were to just put another attack here, or attack right next to each other. That's how you would make, like, speed punches or something. Although it would look a little janky because you don't have any extra effect, but you get the point. So, yes, this is how I would do combos. Make an attack happen, make it linger a bit, like simulating lag of some sort, or lag frames, if you will, and then make it lead into another attack, and continue that process. Make the lag frames make sense in consistence with the attack that you're trying to do. So if he's doing a spin kick, keep in mind a spin kick is a very hard action. Instead of making it like 5 lag frames, you kind of want to make it 7 lag frames, because he has to get into position to spin, and then do the spin, and then kick, you know? So that's how I would do it.